one of the things when you're doing marketing, the goal of marketing is not to just get your name out there, right? It's not just to generate leads. The goal and the purpose of marketing should be a strategic look at the marketplace and saying what is going to be our authority positioning. What do we want to, what's the word we want to own? What category of business do we want to be famous for? Okay. And celebrity and authority and trust is critical because when you're selling IT services, your average customer does not know how to discern between you and another MSP. They don't know what good is. They're not technical. They don't know if the tools you're using is are the right tools. They don't know if the approach you're using is the right approach. And so they are very vulnerable to you as a customer because they're putting their trust in you because they can't really understand. They don't know what you do. And so when you are selling IT services and support, and this is worth writing down, you are not selling IT services and support. You should be selling and marketing trust. Okay. That is a big, big, big game changer. And you really ought to understand that. Because what you're trying to do is have influence. And what influence is a leadership position or in a sales position, influence is getting another person to take certain actions or agree with certain things that they maybe had a different opinion on before. That's when you have real influence and not in a scummy, scammy way, but where people can actually trust you. And so you have influence over them because they say, hey, if you tell me this, I trust you implicitly. I know you have my best interests in mind. I know you're not going to take advantage of me. So there's trust there. And when you have trust, that's when people will follow your advice. So if people are not taking your advice, it may be that they're just the wrong person. They're just never going to, they can't see what you see. But sometimes it's because they don't trust you. Okay. And prospects and customers don't come out and say that. They don't say, well, I don't trust you. They just go, I don't think we need all that. Or that price seems kind of high, right? When someone tells you the price is high, what they're saying is they don't understand the value of, like, you're charging a buck 50 a seat or 300, whatever. You're charging this. I can get it somewhere else for this price. And they're just looking at price because they're equating an equal amount of trust to you and your competition. And so trust is about, like, if they trust you more, they will pay you more because they trust you more. Because if someone's cheaper but they don't trust them, they're not going to buy from them. That's almost universal. I mean, yeah, there's some people that go, oh wow, I don't trust the guy, but I'm going to buy from him. But that doesn't make sense. All right. So when you're thinking about influence and getting trust, the three big components are that cat component. So you have celebrity, and celebrity is a person who is extremely well known to a large group of individuals, someone who is a famous person. The second kind of driver of influence is authority. Authority is a person with deep specialized knowledge on a particular matter, also a person with the right to give orders and make decisions for other individuals. So if you are seen as an authority, people will follow your advice and they trust you. And that's the third component. Trust is a high level of confidence in a person's honesty, integrity, and moral character to do the right thing. Now, there are people that you trust, but you don't really think they have the authority or they don't have the knowledge, if you will, to make a decision. So, like, I have a chef that comes in twice a week and I trust her implicitly. She has keys to the house. She has the alarm code. I mean, she could rob us blind anytime she wants. She knows when we come, when we go, all those things, but I trust her implicitly. She is not an authority though on financial advice. So I'm not going to her and asking her for financial advice because she doesn't have that authority. So it is possible you could have trust, but not have authority and definitely not have celebrity. Okay. So these are three very distinct things. And when you're starting out, the number one place you want to start is at least being able to be trusted. That's number one. The next level up is to be a trusted authority. The next level up is to be a trusted celebrity authority, right? You get all three working for you and you have massive influence. All right. And I can give you an example. And forgive me, I'm not trying to upset anybody or get anyone mad at me, but it's a perfect example of this. So if we look at Dr. Fauci, there's a lot of people. Well, I think everybody on this call would say, yeah, he's a celebrity. Everybody knows who Dr. Fauci is. Probably a few people who don't, but for most people, they know who he is. And he is a legit authority. And whether you agree with his advice or his positions or whatever, it doesn't matter. He is an authority on infectious diseases. He has got the credibility, he's got the experience, he's got the training. So he is a legit authority on that, right? The part that he doesn't have is the trust. That's why he got the nickname Flip Flop Fauci, right? So his problem is not that he's a celebrity, has authority, it's because people don't trust him. At least a large percentage of people don't trust him, right? So you can have celebrity and authority and not have trust. You can also have trust and not authority and celebrity. So the key is, as you are building your marketing, you want to think about, how do I develop all three? And you have that in your mind. So, like, for example, if I am trying to position myself as a trusted authority, what I'm going to do is I might go try and get speaking engagements. I might publish articles or reports on a subject, because that puts me in an authority position, because authorities publish. They write blogs, they write white papers, they speak. You know, what I'm not going to do is spam people, like just get people's email and just spam, because low trust, no authority, very needy, you know. So, like, you start thinking about, like, and making decisions on, does this marketing activity really position me as a trusted authority and build my celebrity status with a particular group of or audience of people? Or is this making me look like a needy, greedy, hacker, spammer, type person, right? So you have to really think about what you're publishing, what you're doing, and the media that you use.